All right, go ahead and label the top, Unit 1, Notes 8, and this is just more fractions. So we've already gone over adding and subtracting fractions. We are just going to kind of skip that for now. We're going to review multiplying and dividing, which is also review, so we're going to go through quickly. Remember that when you divide fractions, so go ahead and put an arrow, circle it, whatever you want to do. We have that saying, right? Keep, switch, flip, right? So you're going to keep the first fraction the same. You're going to switch the division sign to a multiplication symbol. And you're going to flip the second fraction. Okay? Let's take a look at number 7. Remember first, what we want to do, this step hasn't changed from adding and subtracting, is first we want to put the improper fraction or the mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33. Right? So 33 over 8, denominator stays the same, times, keep that negative there, that won't change. Now we'll do 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Denominator stays the same. We do not need to find common denominators for multiplication and division, but something that we can do is we can reduce these fractions down so that we can end up with a smaller numerator and denominator in the end. So you want to cancel out numbers on the top and the bottom. Whatever you do to the top, you have to do the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this 33. I can divide both 33 by 3 and the bottom by 3. Right? So that's something that they have in common that I can divide by. So if I do 33 divided by 3, I get 11. And if I do 3 divided by 3, I get 1. Okay? So now it's simplified a little bit. We can go ahead and multiply straight across. So 11 times negative 7. And then 8 times 1. Right, there's your answer. We won't go over putting it back into a mixed number because we already went over that last time. So this will simplify down though to negative 9 and 5/8. All right, number 8, we have a division problem. So we have to follow our steps, keep, switch, flip. I'm going to keep the first fraction the same. I'm going to flip this or switch this division symbol to a multiplication symbol. And I'm going to flip my other fraction. So now we have 3/4. We can do some simplifying here, right? We can divide by 2 here and divide by 2 here. That would change this numerator to 1 and this denominator to 2. Our 7 and our 3 did not change. Now we can just multiply straight across on top and straight across on bottom, and we get 3/14. All right, let's pause here. Go ahead and try number 9 and 10 on your own. So pause the video, try them on your own. Okay, you should have paused the video. If you didn't, pause it now so that you don't see the answer yet. Your final answer for number 9, your last step should have looked like this, negative 1 over 1 times negative 1 over 1. That ends up just being 1 over 1, which simplifies down to 1. Okay? And then number 10, you should have gotten negative 23 over 8 or negative 2 and 7/8. Okay? If you got either of those wrong or both of them wrong, check your work, try again, and go ahead and try numbers 11 and 12 on your own. So pause here and try 11 and 12 if you need more practice. All right, number 11, you should have put 1 on the bottom here to make that a fraction. Change this to an improper fraction. And then this is division, so you should have done keep, change to multiplication, and flip that fraction. Your final answer should have been 18 over 31. Number 12, you should have ended up with negative 16 over 27. All right, go ahead and flip on to the back. We have a few word problems here. We're going to go over a few word problems. Here you have to figure out how to set up the equation. Are we going to use subtraction? Are we going to use addition? Are we going to use multiplication or division? Okay, you have to pick out the key words in order to find out what type of problem it's going to be. All right, let's just start with number 13. It says Nick was scuba diving at negative 32.5 feet. If he descends another 8 3/5 feet, what is his location? So descend means to go down, right? So we're talking about subtraction here. Okay, we're gonna start here with our equation at our starting point, which is negative 32.5 feet. We're going to take off the amount that he descended, and that would give us his location, which is the answer to what the question is asking. Okay, don't forget to label this in feet because it is a word problem. We're not going to go through all the answers. We're just going to set up the problems because that is the tough part here. All right, let's skip to number 15. It says Carolyn's baby sister sleeps 5/8 of the day. How many hours does she sleep? Okay. Of here is our keyword. We haven't gone over all of these yet, but of means to multiply. Okay. In the back of the classroom, there is on the board with the plus minus sign and everything, there's a sheet that gives you keywords that you can find in word problems that tells you what type of problem it will be. So feel free to always get up and look at that. So like under addition, it would say plus, total, combined, altogether, things like that. So it helps you pick out the keywords. All right, back to the problem. So we know that she sleeps 5/8 of the day. So we have 5/8 times, because that word of means to multiply, of the day. Okay, it does want our answer to be in hours. And it's talking about hours of the day. How many hours are in the day? Well, 24 hours. And to multiply this, remember, just put it over 1. There is your answer, and then just label, or there's your equation to set up, and then label whatever your answer is in hours. All right, let's skip to number 17. Josiah is building a birdhouse and has a piece of wood that is 18 feet long. He needs 1 7/8 foot long pieces. How many smaller pieces can he cut? Okay, so let's just look at this. Let's pretend this is the piece of wood that is 18 feet long, right? He needs them all to be 1 foot and 7/8 inches. Let's say this is 1 7/8 right here. We need to split up this 18 foot and figure out how many pieces that we can make out of that, right? So that picture helped me because I figured out that I need to split this up. So split is like that keyword there where we use division. So we take our total and we will divide by what we need. Go ahead, pause the video here. Try to just set up the problem number 18 on your own. Let's do 18 and 20. All right, you should have paused the video here. Number 18 should have been multiplication, right? Because we're talking about area, which is side times side, since it's a square, or length times width. So you should have just done 5 1/4 times 5 1/4. If you tried number 20, or go ahead and pause and try it now. All right, you should have ended up with 8/9 minus 5/6. If you got these wrong, go ahead and try a couple more and check with friends.